Yes, yes, we live again, baby. I got some good news for you all today. We live, baby. What Q say? We live on location. We are live on location. I got some news for y'all today. I don't know if I want to call it a discovery. I don't know if I want to call it a discovery, but ladies and gentlemen, usually, you know what I'm saying, usually my usually my eye don't let me down. You feel me? Usually my eye does not let me down. Classy ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Hendrix. Tap in for another live stream today. We got another college basketball live stream. I don't even really know what this one is, but all I know is I know what I want to talk about. And we could probably get into some of the other things I said we were going to discuss at the end of last live stream, because I did tell y'all I wanted to look at the athletics mock draft, and I had their link up, and I'm pretty sure I got rid of it. I took it down because I was looking at something else. But I found her. I think I got it. Now I have a bit of a hesitancy to put the number one title on her. And there are a couple reasons why, in comparison to last year, where I told you all that I think Michaela Timpson was the best player in the draft, best player in the class, or at the very least, the best player in the first round of the draft. Um, but no, I'm not switching up. I'm standing on business. I told y'all Michaela Timpson was the best player in the draft, and a lot of people weren't really familiar with Michaela Timpson. I had to make some people. That's where I met a bunch of y'all, and people joined the channel was because I was trying to inform y'all about KK Timpson, right? And then she ends up getting the roster spot, has a decent rookie year. Obviously, she had more minutes. If she had more minutes, I'm gonna keep it a bean. If she had more minutes, I feel like the Fever could have possibly beaten the Aces. They already took them to five. If KK got a little bit more flexibility in those playoffs, these coaches be so afraid to tap into the players, but you gotta know who's on your team. But anyway, I put a lot of people on to KK Timpson. I'm not looking for credit, but I get excited about this. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much a credit thing, but I get excited because I'm just like, yo, does anyone else see this, bro? Does anyone else see this? And part of me wants to keep it a secret. I don't know why. Not necessarily a secret from the public, but a secret for like certain teams, because I want teams to snag specific players, right? But sometimes I get a little paranoid where I'm just like, if I hype up this player too much, what if somebody from, I don't know, just this is the internet. So what if I'm the one that sparks the flame and gives said player more attention, and then now other teams are interested, and then the team that I want to select said player doesn't get selected there because the other team got interested just off of a fire I started. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, I'm weighing. You see what I'm saying? I'm weighing discussing this stuff, or just trying to shed light on these players. But then I'm just like, you know what? I don't know if that's kind of selfish. It might be a little, but at the same time, I'm playing my GM here in my own little world until I get a job like that where I can actually be a GM or some shit, or actually help these teams. So for now, I'm just, where is this? Which one were we pulling up? New York Times, I think it was. I'd love to be a consultant. I'd love to be a scout or something. I don't even know which one to bring up. They said Sabrina Merchant, right? I had it's funny. I had the thumbnail for the athletics draft. When I clicked this, I did not expect to see Lee Yuru on the thumbnail. Where's, oh, this is expansion draft. My bad. This is expansion. I was just like, well, why is Lee Yuru here? Let me see if I can find the athletic. You know what? I did not lose my train of thought. I'm still the athletic 10 and 6. Oh no. Oh no. Don't tell me I lost it. I don't think I lost it. I don't think I lost it. Hold on, people. Let me go to my Gmail real quick. See if it's there. Fuck. I might have lost it. No, I didn't lose it. God damn, that ref thick as hell. What the Wait, hold on, bro. What the? Who is that? Damn. Why is this the thumbnail? Ref about thick as the ref thicker than a damn. Miss Parker finding him up. Damn, ref. Hold on, ref. That was from this year too. Okay. Athletic 2026 mock draft. I don't know why it's not pulling up the actual. This had to be it. Let me see. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, but in the meantime, you know my dream job. I wanna help these teams in some sort of help the teams, help the players. There we go. I got it. I found it. Become a better version of themselves. You know what I mean? Oh, I wanted the picture of this though. Let me see if they have the picture because they had it on Instagram. And I know we looked at this a little bit. No, 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 no. This. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see if I could find the picture on Instagram. But I found the article. Excuse me. All right, this is the article, but I want the Instagram post of this. And let's see what we find. Please don't bring me to Facebook. I'm so sorry. I don't like. I really want to find this thing, so I'm not. Okay, I got it. We got it. All right, cool. I don't want to stay here all day, but we got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Okay, I want. All right. Fruit smoothie. Okay. Anyway, let me get on track right here. Okay. Let me get on track right here. Let me get on track. Let me get on track. Let me pull everything up. All right, cool. We're vibing. I think we're vibing. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, what I wanted to bring up in this live stream, even though I have the mock draft up and everything like that, there's something specific I wanted to bring up in this draft, and that is I believe I found. I don't know if I want to call her the best player in the draft, but I feel like I found a hidden gen talent in this draft. Now, you guys know how I always structure it: gen talent, all star, role player. Those are kind of the three game changing positions I categorize these players as. I feel like I found a publicly considered role player who's actually a gen talent, who actually might have one of the top three, especially in this draft, specifically in this draft, top three highest ceiling I've seen from a player. I found a point forward. I parked the car. I found a point forward, dog. These damn near don't even exist in the W. A point forward, think about this for a second. How many point forwards do we know in the W? Think about this. Maybe I could maybe say Fee's like one of them, type-ish. Chelsea Gray, if you want to give her that title, maybe. She really at the three, but obviously we know her as the point god. There aren't a lot of point forwards in the W. Damn near no wings. right? There are some stretches. I consider Nafisa Collier, maybe Alana Smith a stretch. Azare Stevens, stretch 5. Let me think. Um, Steph Dolson, she's not really a bruiser, and obviously she's kind of more of a reserve player, but she's kind of like a, let me expand this. She's kind of like a stretch 5, if you will, as well. I'm trying to think. Aces don't really have a stretch. Soda doesn't really have a stretch. Phoenix, Duana Bonner, she's more of a wing. So I don't know if you want to call her a stretch or she's more so a wing. She's definitely a forward, but definitely not no point forward type ish. You feel what I'm saying? There aren't many wings that get active like that, and there definitely aren't a lot of point forwards. I feel like one of the ceilings or one of the levels maybe a player like Dominique Malonga can reach is being that point forward, is being someone that runs the entire show, brings the ball up like Wemby, can spot you up, can dime you up a little bit, can get a drop off pass here and there. I think that might be one of the levels for Dominique Malonga. But when you think about it, there aren't a lot of stretch bigs in the league. There aren't a lot of point forwards in the league. Jokic-esque type forwards. You see what I'm saying? The bigs that facilitate, the bigs that do everything. Because there are barely any players like that. Damn near no player like that. Because there are no players like that, I think this player is the one. I think this player might be the first generation of these types of players that we might see. And nobody has her. What excites me is nobody has her on a mock draft, even though she's having a great season. Obviously, I expect her stock to go up a little bit more. But even with her stock increasing, and one of the reasons why I told you I was hesitant about calling her just outright the best player in the draft is because, one, I don't know if she's necessarily turned the corner in terms of her shooting, but as I was doing more scouting of her, I realized that the stats aren't necessarily, they're not necessarily showing you the full picture, because if you're looking in terms of utilization and not so much what's not skill, but utilization in terms of utilization of the player instead of volume and whatnot, instead of efficiency, I guess you could say, she would still actually kind of fit the mold. So I was looking at the stats as I was scouting and stuff like that, and I was just like, she doesn't shoot this high clip, but the thing is, she will put it up. She does have this part of her game accessible to her. It's not that, yes, you can always improve this part of her game, but it's not necessarily something that's holding her back or holding her game back. It's actually adding to her skill set. So that kind of I was just like, okay, I can understand these numbers, which also makes her current season at TCU so impressive, because her numbers are good now. Well, her shooting not good now. Let me rephrase that. Her numbers have drastically increased, have drastically improved. That's crazy to think about. If I saw the potential on what she was doing and now her numbers are good, that means her skill is matching her talent. The skill, the talent, they're getting closer and closer together. And if she's on this trajectory where that will basically keep getting closer and closer together, as she reaches the pros, she's gonna have herself a nice little I don't know about starting spot, but definitely a nice little roster spot. If depending on the team, she could be starting. I'm letting you know right now, she's pro ready. She could be starting. The player we're talking about right now is Marta Suarez. Marta Suarez off of TCU. That's right, the same Marta Suarez. Some of y'all might know her from Cal. That's where I got my first glimpse of Marta Suarez, because if you guys remember, I was just like, remember when we did the live stream video of I don't know if it was a live stream, but it might have been a reaction to Notre Dame having absolutely no one coming into this season. And I was saying, man, they should have gone after that player from Cal. Remember I said that? I was referring to Marta Suarez, bro, and she's popping. she she, she clipping, she clipping in TCU, bro. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna have to pull up her stat. I'm not trying to put too much onus on the stats, but as I do this, as I do her breakdown, as I post her breakdown, guys, I found her. I found her. I don't. You know me. I don't like comparing to men's basketball players, and I really try not to. The only reason in this case I'm actually going to compare it to this player. I'm not going to say they play the same. No, it's not that they play the same. It's just that I see the potential for what she could be on court, as in she could be a team's Jokic. You see what I'm saying? She could be a big that does everything. So that's what I'm comparing to Jokic. Just because the only reason I'm really making that comparison is because I just don't have a good example of that in the W, and I don't know. Maybe EDD. Maybe EDD. Yeah, EDD was kind of point forward type role. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. So Tamika Catchings, I don't know. Tamika Catchings was pretty tall. She was, but I consider her more of a wing. Yeah, it's just she has the potential to be the Jokic of a team, if you will. Um, but yeah, Marta Suarez, TCU. I promise you, I'm working on the breakdown right now. But I have to make this. I have to put this out there, bro. Just so y'all know, I believe Marta Suarez might have the. This is tough to say because the class does have a lot of great players with very, very high ceilings. But I want to say that I think Marta Suarez has the top to one of the top two highest ceilings in this draft. The potential she has top two, one of the top two highest ceilings in this draft. And this is a loaded draft too. Let's not play around with a draft that got AZ Fudd, Olivia Miles, Awa Fam, Flau'jae Johnson. Let's not play around with this draft. It's a very good draft class. But I believe Marta Suarez has the top two highest. It has one of the top two highest ceilings. She's I'm watching her, bruh, and I'm like, they don't have this. The W literally doesn't have this. I'm watching college basketball too, and I'm like, I don't know a lot of women's college basketball programs that has a player like this. And the thing is, she's definitely not a guard. She's 6'3". You could maybe play her at the wing. She could definitely get active at the wing. I think she has the athleticism to be at the wing spot. In terms of the defense, from what I've seen, it's not something to be worried about, but I haven't seen much. So I'm not. I'll say that I haven't seen much, but from what I've seen, I'm not necessarily worried about her defense, especially on the perimeter. She actually kind of reminded me of a Charlize Leisure Walker on the perimeter, which I don't I don't think that's necessarily good, but I know the IQ is there. You feel me? So it's almost like average from what I've seen. But Marta Suarez, let me get y'all hip for what she's doing this season, because she's having an amazing season. This is an all-around player. And if at the very least, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I just found the most I don't know. Man, I just see I'm afraid because one, I'm trying to find out if this is her, I'm trying to find out if this was always her, right? Or if she's just on this upward trajectory in her gameplay. You feel me? I'm trying to figure out, are these numbers new or was this always her? I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, is she having a good season? Or was she just always this player and she's just getting better, or she's now putting the pieces together? Maybe her understanding of the game is higher. I don't know. Was she always this player, or is she steadily improving as a player? I don't know if that makes sense, but I do know when I watched her at Cal, she was given, I forget who I was watching, but I believe it was Notre Dame. It wasn't in the it wasn't in the ACC tournament. It wasn't that game. It might have been some of that game too. But it was, I believe they were at Cal when they were playing. They were at no. They were either at Cal or Notre Dame. I just remember it wasn't the ACC tournament, so don't bring up that game. It wasn't the ACC tournament, but I just remember she was giving Notre Dame buckets, and I'm just like, yo, I don't know who this is, but she had Maddie Westbeld popping ass. She dropped Maddie Westbeld. I think that might have been the ACC tournament, but no, she was giving the Notre now. There's so many caveats to this bullcrap because Notre Dame, outside of Maddie Westball, the bigs weren't, you know what I'm saying? Marta Suarez versus Natalesia Marshall, I'm taking Suarez, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking that over Kate Koval too, you know. Even Maddie Westbeld. Maddie Westbeld was getting some of that work too. I was just watching her kill Notre Dame, bro, and I was just like, she tough. She's tough. And now this year that she's having at TCU, the highlights that I'm watching, the movements that I'm seeing, the reads, the IQ, the skill level, the shooting. Bruh, we got her. We got her. I'm telling you, might not be the best player. You know what? Maybe not the best player in the draft. My best player in the draft. Hands down, my best player in the draft. She has by far, yeah, I'll say that. She's my best player. She's my favorite player in the draft right now. She is my favorite player in the draft right now. I feel like I just found a diamond in the rough, bro. Gianna Neepkins, she's going to be solid everywhere. Obviously, y'all know I'm a big fan of Gianna Neepkins. But Marta Suarez, I'm telling y'all right now, classy ladies and gentlemen, the best player, my best player in the draft, my favorite player in the draft. I think I found the diamond in the rough. I believe I just found a Jen Talent. Not even just found, but I'm trying to put y'all on right now. This might be the Jen Talent. This might be a hidden Jen Talent. So if you think, oh, it's only AZ coming in, I don't even know if y'all consider AZ a Jen Talent. I mean, she might be one of the best catch and shoot. You know, she might be one of the best shooters in the world, or maybe in this draft class. I don't know what y'all, consider AZ. Awa fam, 19 years old. They're calling her, a Jen Talent as well. I'm not going to disagree with that, but I just found one that no one knows or that no one is paying attention to. The WNBA would consider her a second round pick. You feel me? A second, third round pick. I'm telling y'all right now, she's a top 10. She should be a top 10 pick. I'm trying to be generous with y'all. Because, again, if I'm drafting certain teams, I'm picking certain players a lot higher than some of these teams would pick these players. I feel like I do more scouting than some of these teams themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because the more and more I think about it, the more and more I kind of not regret, but I get a little disheartened when I'm like, why didn't DC pick Sarah Ashley Barker? I told you guys this. Georgia Amore, she's solid. She's going to be solid. She's going to be a good player. I get it. But remember when I told y'all I did not want Sarah Ashley Barker going to the Sparks? Remember when I said that? I don't like, because I realized if she goes to the Sparks, she's not going to play. They have a million guards over there. I'll be damned if they cut her too. They have 1,000 guards over there, and I knew she wasn't going to play. And the way we were giving our rookies burn over here, I was saying, can you imagine Sarah Ashley Barker's rookie year with minutes? Georgia, hot Georgia. She probably would have been solid this rookie year if she didn't get hurt. But damn, son. So just understand, I would pick players higher than some of these teams would pick these players, and that's just because I think I scout harder than them. But make no mistake, Marta Suarez, she is a top 10 talent, and I promise you, I'm going to finish this breakdown in the next 48 hours, and I need you guys to watch this. But Marta Suarez, bruh, is a top 10 player. She has one of the highest ceilings in this draft. She's my favorite player in the draft. If I was running a team right now, well, it kind of depends on the team's makeup as well. But if I was a team like the Mystics, and we're just gonna use the Mystics anyway, but if I was a team like the Mystics and I had a bunch of first round picks, best believe one of those picks would be Marta Suarez, and probably the earliest two picks. You have to play the draft game, obviously, so you can't leave a Gianna Neepkins on the board. You feel me? That's a 43% career three-point. That's miss efficient anyway. You can't leave a player like that on the board. The Aces last season, they picked up Aaliyah Nye, who I believe was the best shooter in the draft. And she went second round, but early second round. Very first pick in the second round, right? Solid pickup by the Aces, and look how Aaliyah helped their season, right? But I don't think you can leave a talent like Gianna Neepkins on the board. So let's just play like I'm the Mystics GM anyway, because I've been campaigning for the Mystics. I've been campaigning for the Mystics to pick up, Gianna first, since we have the fourth pick. We have the fourth pick, right? We have the fourth pick. You want to make sure you clear Gianna Neepkins off the board first. Cool. Now, I've been kind of in debate with myself on, do you go Reagan Beers 9 or do you go Marta Suarez 9? Reagan Beers, who knows if she's even going to be around late first round. But do you pick up Reagan Beers 9 and then 2 picks later at the 11th pick up a Marta Suarez? Because, again, most teams probably aren't going to be looking for her like that. So you probably have time to operate. Shit, you might be able to clutch her in the second round, depending what the second round picks look like. I don't know. I have zero clue what the second round picks look like. But I'm damn near, since I got my chips on Suarez, maybe you can play that game where if Beers goes early, if Beers goes before 9, then you have to pick up Suarez 9, and then maybe you can clutch out a Charlize Leisure Walker. Maybe Charlize Leisure Walker. She's kind of projected to go top. She's projected to go first round on some draft boards. She's raising her stock a little bit more right now. She's always been a solid player. Stock, I don't think, plummeted. She just had an injured year. Charlize Leisure Walker would be my pick at 11th from the Mystics if Reagan Beers were to go early. I'm kind of undecided on, do you go after Reagan Beers since you're probably not going to have a Steph Dolson anymore, and it'd be great if you got to get a bruiser on the team. If you're going to have a Shakira Austin, Kiki Ariafen, you don't really have depth at the big position, so you definitely have to go get you a bruiser, right? But you can't leave a Gianna Neepkins on the board because we also need a wing. Like the Mystics need a 3, right? And I think the best 3 in this draft is going to be a Gianna Neepkins. You might as well get that because you need 3-point shooting on the Mystics as well. Why not go get one of the best shooters in the world? But that 9th spot, man, the Mystics need big depth. They need some centers. They need a little muscle. They need a little bruiser. That's Reagan Beers. But damn, even though it's 2 picks later, I wouldn't even want to run that risk. Because what if that 10th team, hold on, who would ruin the party? What if that 10th team picked Marta Suarez? I would cry. What if that 10th team picked Marta Suarez? I would bawl. I'd be on the ground, bro. Hold on. Let's see who has this 10th pick. You might be able to clutch Marta Suarez if people aren't that hip to her. Even though I'm here starting the fire, you might be able to keep Marta Suarez under the radar. If all these big boards, they don't even hint at a Marta Suarez. They don't even hint at anyone from TCU outside of Olivia Miles. So you might be able to fly under the radar with her. But then I also got to debate: do you leave a Charlize Leisure Walker? I get that you're going to have Georgia Amore and I'm a big fan of JC Sheldon. I think she's exactly what this team needs as well. But I don't know, man. There's just something about George A. Moore's facilitating that I don't trust. Oh my gosh. It's not that Georgia Amore was a bad pick. It's not that she was a bad pick, but I'm more so a pick up Georgia Amore at a lot of small guards don't work in the W, and here the Mystics are picking up a small guard. I'm more so a pick Georgia Amore up at ninth, maybe. But a Sarah Ashley, first of all, how the hell did Sarah Ashley Barker fall to nine anyway, bro? This is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta think, man. Sometimes you just gotta clear the best player off the board. Sometimes. Then the thing is, it would have worked for the Mystics too. You were going after a guard, so just clear the best guard, bro. Can you imagine a Sonia Citron, Sarah Ashley Barker backcourt? The gains, the progress, the muscle, the IQ, the hustle, the defense, the offense. Can Georgia Amore hold a Sarah Ashley Barker? I know I keep coming back to that, but this is why you just got to clear. Sometimes you got to clear the best players. Now, The Athletic, their mock draft, even though, actually, I told you I was going to read off the stats of Marta Suarez, right? Marta Suarez, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, Marta Suarez, she the one. She's the one. I'm telling you. If Gianna Neepkins wasn't in this draft, or if Gianna Neepkins wasn't projected so highly, I would go Marta Suarez for. I promise you, if Gianna Neepkins wasn't one of the best shooters ever, and the Mystics didn't need 3-point shooting, I would go Marta Suarez. I would go Marta Suarez at 4. If we didn't need a 3, if we didn't need, again, if we just didn't need a wing, I would go Marta Suarez 4. Marta Suarez would be a lottery pick for me. She is a lottery pick, by the way. I definitely do believe that Marta Suarez is a lottery pick. But I promise you, if Gianna Neepkins wasn't in this draft, I'm going Marta Suarez 4. Let me read y'all her stats real quick. I'll read you her stats from this season. So at this season at TCU, obviously she transferred from Cal to TCU. This season she's on a tear. She's averaging call it 19. 18.9 points, call it 19. She's averaging 19 points a game. That's 33rd. That puts her at 33rd in the country. Your forward is top 50 in scoring, dog. That's crazy, bro. Top 35 in scoring, yo. She's averaging 19 points a game, 6.2 rebounds a game, and 2.4 assists a game. You might think, well, for someone who's calling her or comparing her to the likes of a Jokic type player, yeah, I'll say that. I'm not comparing her to Jokic, but the style of play is kind of Jokic-like, right? You guys might be saying, okay, 2.4 assists, that's not that high, but hold on, bro. When the breakdown video drops, you'll see what I see. It's more so the potential you have to pass. You see what I'm saying? You might not be racking up the numbers, but as long as you have that skill set, that can always be developed, right? Or it can always be shown later, right? It's important to have that skill set first. And she does have that skill set. It might not be on display all the time, but it is in her arsenal. You feel me? So in 19 points a game, 6 rebounds a game, 2.4 assists, 1 steal per game. She's shooting a blistering 55% from the field. 55%. And she's shooting 42% from 3 on 6.1 3-point attempts a game. 42% from 3. She is a career 31.9% 3-point shooter from 3. But hold on. right? She was shooting about four in her 2 years at Cal. We'll disregard the 2 years at Tennessee because she went Tennessee, Cal, 2 years at Tennessee, 2 years at Cal, using her fifth year at TCU. So is TCU the last chance U now? I don't even know if it's last chance U, but it might be WNBA prep U. I don't know. TCU, you're getting a lot of transfers for players. People think, I don't know, is there some sort of understanding that TCU is going to help these players get to the pros? Because if that is, they're about to benefit a lot. Olivia Miles there, Haley Van Lith was there last year. Marta Suarez is here killing. I don't know what they're doing at TCU, but a lot of these players start balling when they get there, and this is the case as well. But I'll ignore her years at Tennessee. But at Cal, she shot 40% her first year there, which was 2023-2024 season. She shot 40% from the field, 29% from three on 4.2 attempts a game. In her second year at Cal, she shot 45.8% from the field and 31.5% from three-point land on four attempts. And now here she is at TCU shooting 55% from the field, highest field goal attempts in her career, which is sitting around 13.6 per game, 55% from the field and 42.6% from three on 6.1 attempts. So her highest three-point attempts per game in her career, and she's shooting 42%. If she's shooting 42% from three and she's shooting around 55.6% from the field, or sorry, 55.1% from the field, that means her field goal, she's her below the perimeter, she's probably shooting somewhere around 50, 58, 59%. 58, 59% below the perimeter. Bruh, I don't know if you've seen what I've seen. I don't know if you guys following TCU videos, following TCU games. I don't know if you guys are watching, but please go check her highlights right now and tell me you don't see something, bro. Tell me you don't see something. She's diming teammates. She's pulling from 3-4 feet behind the three-point line. Sometimes logo shots. She's rebounding. She's pushing the ball herself. She's bullying players in the post. Post game, footwork game. Obviously, I'm not saying it's bad. She's killing with her footwork. She's abusing some of these people. And the crazy thing is, she has a mismatch a lot of the time, being 6'3". They don't know whether to put a guard or forward on her. But the thing is, from what I've seen, the fours on her can't stop her. Too agile, too athletic, footwork way better than them. She has better footwork than some of the bigs. I'm looking at a different type of player, bro. Y'all, please go check her out and tell me what you see. Tell me I'm not wrong, or just tell me that you see it too. Got the mid-range, got the finishing bag, got the post-up bag. I watched her shoot fadeaways, got the strength too, and on top of that, we got a little antagonist. She got that. Bro, she talks shit too. I'm in heaven. Gianna Deepkins. Hey, bro. Why am I acting like the Mystics GM right now? Gianna Deepkins, shorty, if you weren't shooting 43%. If Gianna Deepkins wasn't a 45% shooter from three. If we didn't need a 3-and-D. Martin, dog, she gets -2. She on that. She chirping. She's on that timing, bro. She gets -2 and she be talking. She be, you know what I'm saying? She was flexing, too small in people. She actually did do this. She did hit it too small on motherfucker one time. Body, and you're giving her footwork up and under, fake step through, and she said, ding, ding. What the Yo, listen, man. We got a little antagonist. We got a little bully in our midst, boy. We got a bully in our midst, yo. Nah, son. I might have to move her to 9. I might have to move her to 9. Reagan Beers, who knows? Who knows where she goes? Who knows where Reagan Beers goes? But damn, it's tough. It's tough. But I'm again, this live stream is about who I think we're sleeping on right now, and I'm trying to tell you right now, I just found the best player in the draft. I just found the best player in the draft. The Mystics damn near have it made, and I know I'm playing Mystics GM right now, but the Mystics low-key have it made. Let me pull back up the draft. Let me pull up the draft. Where are my glasses? I don't even know where I put them. Let me pull up the draft, bro. All right, here we go. This is the Athletics post. They posted this November 24th, a couple weeks ago. This was from, I don't know if Sabrina Merchant made these picks. Shouts out Sabrina Merchant. I don't know if she made these picks or they were a group came together and she just wrote the article. I don't know if these are her picks. But yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But I'm not even mad at it either because she has Lauren Betts out of the top 3, which I think is accurate. I don't think Lauren Betts is going to be as high as some people think. I don't think Cheryl Reeves is dumb enough to pick a Lauren Betts at 2. I just don't. I don't know what she could see if she picked Lauren. If the Lynx picked Lauren Betts at 2, I can understand what she's probably going for because she's probably trying to put Fee at the 3. Have a little Fee in 3. But if they pick Betts, I will question them because she comes across as smarter than that. I don't know if Lauren Betts is their answer, but if she's trying to do a Fee at the 3, I can understand it. So this is kind of why I like the list. The other reason I like the list is because I see more players that more of these big boards are talking about that they think are going to be drafted and whatnot. So at number 1, they got our fam going to Dallas. I think that's accurate. I do think that's accurate. This whole AZ FUD to Dallas thing, I'm not on that trope. I'm not on that train. Could happen, but I'd probably give that like a 25% chance of happening. I can more so see the vision with an our fam to Dallas. Olivia Miles to the Minnesota Lynx. Again, I can see that happening too because the Lynx for a while they've wanted a point guard. They've wanted an actual point guard. Courtney Williams sometimes be shifting from 1 to 2. Kind of undersized. I don't want to say Courtney Williams isn't good. Olivia Miles might fit the mold a little bit better in terms of what the Lynx are looking for, especially in the backcourt. Olivia Miles to the Lynx makes sense. Don't necessarily have a problem with that either because the Mystics. The Lynx can go either way. The Lynx can try to go big. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lynx picked up a Reagan Beers. Would not be surprised. Or if they go that route, you feel me? If they go for the bruiser big so that they can put 3, Lon Smith at the 4. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised by that. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they went after a guard. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota went after a Flau'jae Johnson. That wouldn't make sense. I'll take that back. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Lynx went after considerably the best point guard in the draft in Olivia Miles. Right. Number 3. Seattle. The Athletic has Seattle projected to pick up AZ FUD. Not really sure how that would work for Seattle, but again, it's one of the best shooters in the draft. One of the best shooters on the board. One of the best shooters in the country. I don't know how the hell she would fit, but I think that would more so be a pick of we don't know where our free agents are going to go this offseason, so let's just go ahead and pick up AZ FUD so we have some guaranteed shooting, if anything. You feel me? That's what that pick sounds like. Now, this is where I disagree. This is where I disagree. Right, Yasso. Lauren Betts at 4 going to the Mystics. Hell nah. Hell to thee, nah. That's a hell no for me. That's a hell no for me, dog. Lauren Betts to DC. I agree. I fuck agree. No, no, no. I seriously hope not. If DC were to pick, if Lauren Betts were to drop, as I think she's going to do anyway, and we pick her up, I'll turn off the TV. That's a promise. I'll turn off the TV. We're not going. I don't think there's a chance Lauren Betts drops out of the top 5. Truly, I'm not even saying this because everyone's saying, "Oh, everyone's turning on Betts now," and I'm just like, what have y'all been watching these past, whatever? I wouldn't be surprised if Lauren Betts falls out of top 5. Her game is just not there, and I'm trying to work with her. So I'm trying to work with her. I can be a very good consultant. I'm trying to work with her. I really am. I'm trying to work with some of these players, but Lauren Betts, I don't think she's going to be a lotto pick. And if she's not a lotto pick, then this entire draft gets effed up, bro. Which is good. We want chaos. We can organize chaos, but we definitely want chaos. Flau'jae Johnson to Chicago kind of seems like a lock because I just don't think those first 4 teams, Dallas, Minnesota, Seattle, I don't think they're necessarily interested in a Flau'jae Johnson. So I do feel that Flau'jae Johnson is kind of a lock for a team like Chicago. Chicago definitely wants a player like Flau'jae Johnson. Let's say Olivia Miles doesn't go in the top 4, then you might have the chance of Chicago going, who do we pick up, Miles or Flau'jae Johnson? But I do think that Flau'jae Johnson is a lock right here at number 5, going to Chicago. Betts, I just think she's just gonna fall out of the top 5. I'm not convinced. And one way I know that I'm probably not wrong about that is I haven't heard a lot from the Betts support. I haven't heard a lot from the Betts stands. Not stands, but I just haven't heard a lot from the Betts audience. You feel me? I just haven't heard a lot from them. I haven't heard enough from them. So I don't know where she. I just know that she's probably not going to be a top 5. 6, they got Yarden Garzon from Maryland going to, what was this, the Tempo? Sorry, to the Portland Fire. I was watching Yarden earlier today. They were playing Wisconsin. I didn't realize she was that tall, bro. She's tall as and she's a shooter too. She's kind of struggling this season from 3, but she a tall ass shooter, bro. She looked taller than Leonie Fevers, but Leonie is a true 6'4" though. That kind of puts their height into perspective though. But she's a tall shooter, and I think she does a little bit more than a Leonie might have the defense on lock, but Yarden might have a better clip, even though she is struggling this year. Ayana Martin, she's the overseas player, I think, from Spain, going at 7 to Toronto Tempo. A lot of big boards have Tanaya Lotson going to one of the expansion teams, and I guess the Athletic isn't on that timing. They have Tanaya Lotson going to the Golden State Valkyries at number 8. A lot of big boards have Gianna Neatkins going to the Valkyries at 8. At number 9, they got Charlize Leisure-Walker going to the Mystics. At number 10, they got Gabriela Jaquez going to the Indiana Fever. What the hell? At number 11, they got Talasia Cooper from Tennessee, who still has, I believe, a year of college eligibility if she wants to take it, going to the Mystics. At number 12, she has Gianna Neatkins going to the Connecticut Sun. Please don't send my baby G to Connecticut. At number 13, they got Raven Johnson going to the Atlanta Dream. I don't even see why they would draft a Raven Johnson. You just picked up a Tahina Pau. At number 14, they have Peyton Verhulst, Reagan Beers' teammate from Oklahoma, going to the Seattle Storm. And at number 15, they have Janiah Barker going to the Connecticut Sun. I can see those. I can see Janiah Barker going to the Connecticut Sun. Yeah, what they're building over there is not bad. They kind of, their rookies kind of started to find a rhythm towards the end of the season. I don't know if it's because these bigger teams stop playing or stop, you know, eased up off the effort. But yeah, that's their first round. That's very interesting. I see no Reagan Beers in this. This is the first big board I've seen with Raven Johnson in the first round. I see no Reagan Beers in the first round. The thing that I respect is that they drop bets a little bit. This pick, Yana Martin, the overseas player, I believe she's from Spain, but she plays in Euro overseas. I'm not really sure about her. I'm surprised they have Peyton Verhulst here over Reagan Beers. And then there's the other player that we were talking about. Where's she from? Ah, damn. Is it Ohio State? I'm tripping now. What was her name? Shesky? Shiesky. I believe she's from Ohio State. There are some sleepers in this college season. I'm telling you all right now. But once again, we come across another draft board that does not have Marta Suarez in the first round. Diamond in the rough. Diamond in the rough. DC 3000. I'm telling you, DC. I'm giving y'all the play. I'm really high on Charlize Leisure Walker too. Trust, I'm super high on Charlize Leisure Walker. I don't know what you want to do. I don't think you roll the dice with Gianna Neepkins though. I don't think you roll the dice with her. Charlize Leisure Walker, again, Charlize Leisure Walker could go anywhere from, yeah, really just eight to the end of the first round. That's where Charlize Leisure Walker probably 9 to the end of the first round. So they probably got that right. I don't know if the Mystics go Charlize Leisure Walker at 9. DC low-key trucked this up. They low-key effed it up because if they had a point guard like Sarah Ashley Barker, you could have a backup coming in like a Charlize Leisure Walker. So your 11th spot would be secure. You would just have to decide whether you want Beers or Marta Suarez. I'm giving DC the play right here, but these teams, I'm so high on Charlize Leisure Walker. I love her composure. I love the fact that she impacts the game even when she doesn't score, and she can still get a bucket herself. 3-point shot can improve. She can attack. She can slash. She's a dimer. Hall of Fame dimer, by the way. Hall of Fame dimer. She can defend. She's gritty. She got that hustle badge too. I'm high on Charlize Leisure Walker. At that 11th spot, I'm not sure who to pick. I don't know if Reagan Beers would still be around. Maybe Reagan Beers might be in the, she might be in the 8 to 15 range as well. I'd be surprised if a Reagan Beers went second round. I don't see Talasia Cooper, Raven Johnson, Peyton Verhulst. Gabriela Jaquez, I think, is way too high. Way too high. You're saying Gabriela Jaquez is a top 10 pick? Absolutely not. I'm not rolling. I think Gabriela Jaquez, you could take out Jaquez. You could take out Betts, Jaquez, Talasia, Raven, Peyton. I think Janiah Barker probably will go first round. So you could take out 5 of these picks out of the first round. So you got space. I don't think Reagan Beers falls out of the first round. But this live stream isn't even necessarily about the draft. I was just looking at this list because I found it interesting that, Gianna Neepkins was dropped a little bit lower. Lauren Betts was dropped a little lower. Charlize Leisure Walker was higher. Gabriela Jaquez was higher. What it looks like is a very UCLA-based draft. I don't know. Who the hell says Gabriela Jaquez is going to the Fever? You think the Fever are wasting that? No, absolutely not. The Fever, they're going to try to stack. I don't know who the Fever have their eyes set on, though. Hopefully not a Gianna Neepkins. We gotta take Gianna Neepkins off the board. Do not send that level of 3-point shooting to the Fever, bro. They have enough. They have enough. Hopefully, they're gung ho on running back the same squad. Do not send that level of 3-point shooting over there. End of the draft really doesn't matter after 11. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, bro. This was low key an emergent stream, but I'm trying to put y'all on right now. Marta Suarez is her. She's her. And as when I drop this breakdown in the next couple of days, you'll see what I mean. Okay. That's going to do it for this stream. Again, I wasn't even trying to plan on being here for long, and we ended up doing an hour. So my fault about that. But I just wanted to put y'all on. I wanted to put it out there that I found her. I found the best player in the draft. I promise you, people don't necessarily know about her, but I got to go on record as I always say. You heard it here first. It's been your boy Hendrix. Take care of yourselves. Keep tapping into the channel. I know my live streams are a little sporadic. I do try to do them after marquee college basketball games, and we didn't really have many today. It was just Oregon versus UCLA. So we didn't really have any crazy games today. And by the way, Gianna Neepkin shot like 50% from three and 55% from the field in that game. I'm just saying, DC, I'm telling you, I'm laying the plan out for the Mystics, man. I'm laying the plan out for the Stick site. But that's going to do it for this live stream. I'm out of here, y'all. Enjoy your week. Have a safe week. Have a blessed week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of other people. And I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.